Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's update on Tropical Storm Roslyn. Tropical Storm Roslyn, as of 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Thursday, October the 20th, has maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 1,004 millibars, and is moving west at 7 miles per hour. Looking at the key messages for Tropical Storm Roslyn, Roslyn is forecast to become a hurricane before it passes near or over the west central coast of Mexico late Saturday and Sunday, accompanied by strong winds and a potentially dangerous storm surge. Interests along the coast of southwestern and west central Mexico should closely monitor the progress of the system. A tropical storm watch has been issued for part of this area, and additional hurricane or tropical storm watches could be required tonight or on Friday. Heavy rainfall could lead to flash flooding and possible landslides in areas of rugged terrain over coastal southwestern Mexico. Now, looking at the infrared satellite of Tropical Storm Roslyn, Tropical Storm Roslyn is looking still a little raggedy, but it does have a solid core of convection now. And you can see that we have much of the convection around the center and to the east, indicating there is a little bit of southwesterly wind shear impacting the system as it slowly moves west-northwest. But this is not going to really impact it much, as Roslyn is going to take advantage of the warm ocean temperatures over the eastern Pacific south of Mexico. And looking at the wind shear map, Roslyn is currently dealing with about 10 to 20 knots of wind shear, and this is slightly impacting the system. But as I mentioned, it will continue to move west-northwest over very warm ocean waters, and the shear might increase right before landfall, which might inhibit Roslyn from becoming too strong of a hurricane. Now, looking at the official hurricane cone for Roslyn, Roslyn is expected to become a hurricane as soon as early Saturday morning or early tomorrow night, and then become a Category 2 hurricane with winds of around 100 miles per hour Sunday afternoon as it nears landfall in west central Mexico, and quickly weaken to a tropical depression as it moves over the rugged Sierra Occidental Mountains of western Mexico. And we have the tropical storm watches aforementioned in the hurricane discussion in the yellows for the west central coast of Mexico. And looking at the official spaghetti model tracks for Roslyn, Roslyn is expected to move northwest over the next 24 to 48 hours, make a northerly turn in the next 48 to 72 hours, and curve to the northeast, making landfall in the next 72 to 96 hours, or around a Sunday evening across west central mainland Mexico. And looking at the intensity model guidance for Tropical Storm Roslyn, Roslyn is expected to become a hurricane in the next 36 hours and possibly even a Category 2 hurricane, as indicated by some of the models, in the next 48 to 60 hours for landfall. So we're likely not going to deal with a major hurricane, but we're going to be dealing with a pretty potent hurricane as Roslyn approaches the west central Mexican coast in the next 60 to 72 hours. And finally, looking at the rainfall totals, these have shifted a little bit west since yesterday, and now we could see an additional half inch to an inch along much of the southwestern Mexican coast. And then where Roslyn approaches landfall, we're going to be likely seeing 3 to 6 inches of rain across west central Mexico. And then looking at the GFS model, the GFS model has a further east track with a heavy rain more inland across southwest Mexico of about 2 to 4 inches, with about 5 to 6 right along the coast, and possibly up to 7 inches where Roslyn makes landfall along west central Mexico and immediately inland. widespread 3 to 5 inches with isolated 7-inch totals. So flooding, as mentioned in the hurricane discussion, is going to be an issue. So make sure that you are preparing for flooding and landslides if you live in southwestern and west central Mexico from Roslyn. So thanks for watching this evening's update on Tropical Storm Roslyn. I'll continue to keep you guys updated as the days progress and Roslyn slowly intensifies. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening, my friends.